Welcome back. Today we are headed to Canada. We went to Vancouver, British Columbia for a night, then on to the Harrison Hot Springs for a couple of nights. Crossing the border, you do need a passport. The drive from Portland, Oregon to Vancouver, British Columbia is about 6 hours, not including time in line to cross the border. It took around 30 minutes to get across the border at the I-5 crossing. And yes, of course, the line we chose was the slowest, but that's to be expected. We didn't get to the hotel till after dark. We got a hotel down by the waterfront. Once we checked in and dropped off our bags, we headed to dinner. After a quick Google search, we found a tap house on the waterfront that was 3 blocks away. So we headed out in the rain. We got some burgers, fries, and a brew. We especially enjoyed the deep fried pickle spears as our appetizer. After dinner, we walked around the waterfront and saw some spectacular night views. I don't know which view I liked better, the one out over the water of the night skyline or the one of downtown behind us. We stayed at the Marriott. You pay to park in the public parking garage connected to the hotel. A couple of floors in the garage are dedicated to the Marriott. There is a restaurant, bar in the hotel lobby, but no free breakfast. You have to pay. There was a pool, but never made it to the floor it was on. The front desk staff was super friendly and helpful. I loved the funky design in the carpet, but in our room in the hotel overall were very clean and modern. Ooh, a tub and a shower. The best part of the room was the view outside, well, of the office buildings downtown. That was down looking at the street. No, the ambulance was didn't have its lights on or anything. And the office building, the one on the left, was actually pretty, it was empty, and it looks like they were still doing some construction. The next morning, we headed out to breakfast. We found the place that had great reviews and was about a mile away, so we walked. We got there just before 9. As we came up to Cafe Medina, we saw a line of 30 plus people. It was a few minutes before they opened. We looked at each other and said, I don't think we're getting that table right away. I would have taken a photo, but I really didn't think we'd get in. So they open at 9, and then the line starts moving pretty good. And he gets to the table ahead, the group of people ahead of us. The guy asks how many, and they said 4. And he goes, "Well, I'll have to put you on a wait list." And they go, "Well, what about the breakfast bar?" He goes, "Yeah, but your seats won't be together." So they put their name on the wait list, and then he asked us and said, "There's 2 of us." So he goes, "Oh, I've got a place right for you." Puts us at the breakfast bar right in front of where the espresso machine and everything is, and it was great because they had just opened, and this flood of coffee orders were coming in. And the 2 of them for like 20, 25 minutes straight were just rocking and rolling, getting the drinks out. We were talking with them later, or with like one of the guys that was doing it, and he goes, "Inside, I was just screaming, ah!" And we're like, "Well, you didn't show any stress, and everybody was happy." The food was spectacular. And we kept seeing all these people. You could order like these mini waffles, and you could get like 1 or 3, and people were just flying off there. So after we had breakfast, we got one for ourselves as a little dessert. And the sauce you see was a raspberry caramel syrup. And oh my God. If you're ever in Vancouver, I highly, highly recommend this restaurant. And then afterwards, we went back to the hotel and checked out. But because we were parked in the parking garage and we had paid for, I think it was till like two, I mean, it was like 12 hours or there was a time thing. We just left the car, put our bags in, and then walked around the waterfront. After a couple hours of walking around the waterfront, doing some sightseeing, bought us some souvenirs. We have a thing for the little magnets you put on your fridge. Our goal is to cover our fridge in it. We walked around, headed back to the hotel, and got in the car and started heading to Hot Springs, which is, if I remember, is only about a 90-minute drive east of Vancouver. Thank you for watching our short video about our night in Vancouver. Next week, we are at the Harrison Hot Springs. Hope to see you then.